ain't got a body no more, son. It's all
I made up my mind to make a change in my life when I was 16 years old. We are all gods on this planet, every man and every woman. We create life, we can take life, we control what goes into the sea, whether the fish can live or not. We decide if the trees can grow tall, we decide if the children will eat. We are very powerful beings on the planet Earth. And when I said a self-made God, I meant just what I said. Barry White changed his life. So you're right.
Yeah. And people criticize the statement?
No, not to my knowledge. It's the first time I'm hearing about it.
Yeah.
But, you know, people tend to play down our power.
Here's what no one tells you about spiritual awakening. No one tells you that you cannot have normal conversations about your spiritual awakening with the average person. And you cannot have those conversations because everyone is not meant to understand what you are going through. Your awakening is specific to you. It is very private, it is very personal, and it is not a community project. This is not like religious organizations where when you get an awakening, you go run and tell everybody and try to convert everybody. That is not the marching orders for spiritual awakening. That awakening is for you. And I know that can be disheartening to people because once we experience awakening, the first thing we want to do is go tell other people, tell the people that we love that are closest to us. But oftentimes we get disappointed because they don't understand. And here's the key to that. They're not supposed to understand. Remember, because this is not a community project. And it's very difficult for some of us to digest that the people that are closest to us, our spouses, our friends, our family members, don't understand this because we want to share with them. And so what the awakening process does is it puts you in a different lane, and you're in that lane by yourself. And that is by design. You're supposed to be by yourself so you can commune with God's source universe and understand what this process is. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't still interact with your family, friends, and loved ones, but it's just going to be on a different level. But you can still hang out with them and do whatever it is that you normally do, but supposed to.
What if I can tell you that everything you want, everything you dream about already exists in the quantum field, but we are all programmed to be realistic and not dream and just work and work and work and work, and eventually you get... That's not how the universe works. You have to broadcast, your emotions have to align, because you're technically just a huge magnet. So everything you dream of, everything you want is already in the quantum field, just waiting for you to broadcast it and ask the universe for it. So always dream big, and always remember that everything you want is in the quantum field.
Here goes. can you give us one word, one esoteric word?
Television. Tell a vision. Telling a vision to your consciousness. If you turn on your television, you click on a program. What does a program do? Programs subconscious programming. On that program is a channel. A channel is a term used for communication with spirits or otherworldly beings when somebody channels something. It's often on these programs are something that is being broadcasted. So when you break down phonetically the term broadcast, it's a broadcast, like someone's casting a spell. You could cast a spell broadly. What is broadcasted? The news. News, N-E-W-S. That's an anagram for north, east, west, south. It is all directions being broadly casted.
Oh, wow.
So just be mindful when you turn on your television.
Michael Jackson said this. He wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, song come to his head. I gotta record it now, right now, because Prince gonna get it. He understood that we all got the same information available to us that's locked in this firmament. Listen, everybody here probably had this happen. You ever had this happen before? You were asleep. You thought you was up. You tried to get up, your body wouldn't move, right? Your body won't move. Your soul wasn't back yet. Yeah, you glitched, right? Until everybody realizes that this is not real, they're gonna keep coming back here. But let me tell you the problem. Because, and I don't wanna say this because it's gonna scare a lot of people, right? But remember, God said you have free will, right? And remember I told you death is fate, right? But remember I told you got free will. So remember I told you, Jesus said, if 3 people in the same room believe, what's gonna happen? This stuff gonna happen. Now the whole world get to believing in death. Guess what's gonna happen? Death gonna event itself, right? So right now we live in a parallel universe. And people think like, oh, it's parallel. I'm gonna tell you it's parallel like this. It's parallel through the mind. You could be sitting right next to me. How many times you sat next to a person, you saw something happen, they saw something totally different than what you've seen? How many times did that happen? So right now, we all live in a parallel universe, but everybody won't see it. It's a conscious level game. But conscious is not from thinking. The brain has no IQ. It can't. It's a receiver. You get smarter by cleaning your vessel. Right? That's how you get smarter. IQ is a lie. You should have known that when they told you the dolphin had more brain power than you. You just said, you stupid. Because how the dolphin gonna have more brain power than you? Right? You should have said, you stupid. Right? The brain don't have an IQ. The heart don't pump blood. That's what they tell you. That everything they tell you is backwards. Right? Let me tell you so you know. Your heart pumps energy through your body. Frequencies that come in through your head that they call a brain and say you have an IQ and you don't got one. Everybody the same smart.
What if I told you insane was working 50 hours a week in some office for 50 years, at the end of which they tell you to piss off, ending up some retirement village, hoping to die before suffering the indignity of trying to make it to the toilet on time? Wouldn't you consider that to be insane?
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. But when you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress? I was. Look again.
I don't exist. They're all characters that I played, including Jim Carrey, including Joel Barish, including any of those things. They're all characters. Jim Carrey was a less intentional character, right? Because I thought I was just building something that people would like, but it was a character. I played the guy that was free from concern so that people who watched me would be free from concern. And then at a certain point you go like, okay, well, that's great. People talk about depression all the time. The difference between depression and sadness is just from happenstance, whatever happened or didn't happen for you, or grief or whatever it is. And depression is your body saying, fuck you, I don't want to be this character anymore. I don't want to hold up this avatar that you've created in the world. It's too much for me. So a friend of mine who's a spiritual teacher has a really good take. His take on it is that you should think of the word of depressed as deep rest. Deep rest. Your body needs deep rest from the character that you've been trying to play.
First of all, there ain't no devil. It's all in your fear. There's no such thing as no Satan. And once you get over the devil thing, you understand what I'm saying? Your mind can be expanded. It's the, yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. Because there's no such thing as evil. Evil is only what you perceive it to be. The way that you look into the abyss is the way the abyss stares back at you. If you scared and you're going to meet something that's going to scare you, you're only looking at your own mind. They teach you that on the movies. Freddy Krueger could not kill nobody unless they were scared. They say they act through your fears. Most animals, most dogs will not even bite you if you stare them straight in the eye. But if you're scared, they can sense your fears. That's your own mind is what you're scared about. And that's what's keeping you in prison.
I think their spirits go when they die.
You want to talk about death?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Because you already dead. There are a lot of people don't know. I'll tell you, Mama. Listen, let me tell you. Remember Jesus 30 days and 30 nights? And you remember the Buddha's 49 days? They was kind of like explaining to you what happened when you die. But I'm going to tell you right now, you're already dead. But I'm going to tell you how you got stuck in that body. Right? When you died, right, you had like crazy vision. I know I died a lot of times. So when you died, you had crazy vision. You saw forward, backwards, and side to side. And so you saw a light. And when you saw this white light, you got scared and you tried to run from it, but it was you. And when you ran from it, you kind of like slipped back into another body and got back reincarnated. I was going, Mama, because you didn't, you didn't, what's that word? What's that fucking word? You didn't, what's that word? Come on, talk to me now. Talk to me, tell me the word. Oh, you didn't enlighten. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, enlighten. You didn't enlighten. I gotta get my download, because y'all know I'm not smart. But when you don't enlighten, you can't go to the next universe. You kind of like stuck on Earth. And you an earthling. I'm not an earthling. I'm not stuck here. Because like the firmament can't hold me. But it held Tupac. Thug love.
Say one of the things that you should do is never eat with people you don't like.
Because your state of awareness will influence how your food is metabolized. There was a study done in Ohio State University where they were feeding rabbits diets that were extremely high in cholesterol. And they found to their amazement there was one group of rabbits that never got the high cholesterol levels. After a while, they found out that the technician who was feeding these rabbits, instead of just throwing the food at them, he would stroke them and pet them and cuddle them and kiss them and then feed them the same poisonous food. But now as a result of that experience of happiness, they made chemicals inside their brain and the body that turned the cholesterol into a completely different metabolic pathway, making the crucial difference between life and death from what kills more people in our civilization than anything else. So it's not just the food you eat, but what your awareness, what your consciousness and your state of emotions is at the time you're eating it will metabolize the food into an appropriate or inappropriate metabolic
And that's
pathway.
why if you're somebody like me who's a stressful eater, you eat rather than confront whatever the problem is, you eat to ease the stress.
Well, then
it turns into something else.
Yes. See, your state of mind can convert nectar into poison and the other way around too, poison into nectar. What happens inside your body is influenced by your consciousness. So it's very important. In fact, one of the things I tell people is if you're not feeling good, skip the meal at that time.
According to the Akashic Records, what is the spiritual truth of ADHD?
According to the Akashic Records, ADHD is not a flaw, but an evolutionary adaptation of consciousness. It reflects a soul that operates in a non-linear, multi-dimensional and high-frequency way, not easily fitting into rigid linear structures. Individuals with ADHD are often tuned into multiple planes of awareness simultaneously, receiving rapid streams of information from both physical and non-physical realms. This expanded consciousness may appear as distraction, but is actually a form of hyperperception. Their brains are designed to move fast, think creatively, and connect patterns spontaneously, which can be challenging in conventional environments. Spiritually, they are here to disrupt outdated systems and bring forth new, innovative ways of thinking and learning, coming as grid shifters and system busters, challenging the status quo and reminding others that structure must evolve. They are not here to fit in, but to help build new paradigms through their movement, creativity, and unique intelligence. Emotional sensitivity and nervous system, these individuals often experience emotional highs and lows and a highly stimulated nervous system. This reflects a light body that's spinning faster than the collective norm, needing practices that help root and channel their high energy constructively. Often these souls incarnate into lineages or families where creativity, truth, or freedom was suppressed. They come to help break old patterns and bring in new ways of being.
Medium coffee, cream cheese.
Pay attention.
Actually, I think I'd like to try a cappuccino today. Ooh, cappuccino. I enjoy saying that. It's like a waterfall made of letters.
Excuse me?
I'd like to try a cappuccino. Please.
But you get a medium coffee, cream to sugars. That's what you get. That's what everyone gets. Every day, always.
Well,
somebody's about to get shot.
Mr. Johnny, I just thought I'd try something different today, Whatever, right? I'm just keeping you on your toes. Coffee, cream, 2 sugars, please. I'm joking.
They demonize the witches. They demonize the herbalists. But guess what? Somebody's been lying. We're about to get to the bottom of it. If you practice ritual work, and I hope you never stop. Wisdom is a comprehensive psychological quality that combines virtue and wit. The etymology I find acceptable connects Wicca to the verb wit, know, as in to wit or to know, okay? Yet, this derivation, arguably the best we have, is not flawless either. It presupposes the existence of witya, the form that later developed into witch. The word witch is not what you think it is, and you are way more powerful than they try to tell you. So now we are able to see the connection between wisdom, wit, and witch. I know you heard of the Salem witch trials and events that are similar. There's a reason for that. In common with the Catholic movement of the era, which saw its own share of witch trials and pogroms against herbalists and ritual working. And pogroms means mass unalivings. So they were getting rid of all the witches, which means they were getting rid of all the wisdom. Why is that? That's because witches were curing the worm, stemming blood, healing hoarseness, turning the riddle, and doing such like innumerable things by words without applying anything meat to the part offended, as mediciners do. There was a time where you were so powerful, you were healing people without even touching them. Remember in the demonology of King James, where it said, I say and prove by diverse arguments that witches can, by the power of their master, cure and cause diseases. Cure. So they got rid of all the people who mastered the craft of healing just so that they could practice.
I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice.
Why would they be so eager to get rid of the witches or the wisdom? King James being a main culprit. Have you ever seen this symbol before? Maybe on a prescription? Watch this. The demonology of King James. And this is his signature. There's no coincidence. Somebody's been lying.
Hey, let's talk about this picture right here. It says, you experience this world through your senses, and your mind is the master of these senses. Let me repeat that again. Your mind is the master of these senses. When you control your mind with your intellect in the right direction, your senses start to shift from outward to inward. And when this happens, it creates a spark of energy within you. Huh? What does that mean for those who don't get it? Your five senses really give you the reality, so now it's up to you. If you don't know what your five senses are, go Google it. Because you have to start the process for you to really get it. No one is gonna give it to you on a silver platter. And that's what it seems like everybody's looking for. You're wasting your time! Let me know what you think in the comments. Peace.
Listen to what he just said about having super cells.
That's what this is. So why do I have it? Well, at least one of your parents has sickle cell.
You are not human.
And supercell is a mutation of sickle cell. It's very rare, and even
Listen.
if you have it, it can lay dormant in your body forever. But it can also awaken, given the right conditions.
One thing our ancient ancestors understood was how to tap into their frequency to awaken these dormant abilities. I'm about to show you the way that we are supposed to begin to tap into these dormant abilities within our being. In the entire movie leading up to the final battle, Spider-Man was out of tune with his own frequency. That is why the first thing that he did when he wanted to activate his spider sense was breathe. Consciousness is directly correlated with your ability to breathe. Now, this ancient technique will enhance your intuitive frequency. And they show this technique in shows like The Avatar. You are going to look directly at your pineal gland with your eyes as you are meditating. You are then going to shift your breathing pattern to a 3/4 rhythmic system. You are going to inhale for 3 seconds and exhale for 4 seconds. This is going to activate your neural pathways and allow for you to think in a higher state of consciousness. Once you tap into your breath, you will awaken one of the many abilities that you have as a chosen individual.
Cells get together, take on one form, deform, reform. Makes no difference, it's all the same. One is their unit of measure, but it's not. All social systems we put into place are a mere sketch. 1 + 1 = 2. That's all we've learned. But 1 + 1 has never equaled 2. There are in fact no numbers and no letters. We've codified our existence to bring it down to human size, to make it comprehensible. We've created a scale so that we can forget its unfathomable scale.
What governs all that?
Film a car speeding down a road. Speed up the image infinitely, and the car disappears. So what proof do we have of its existence? Time gives legitimacy to its existence. Time is the only true unit of measure. It gives proof to the existence of matter. Without time, we don't exist.
Did you get it? Did you see it this time? Lucy says that cells come together to form one thing, then break apart to form another. What she's describing isn't just biology, it's the actual dance of creation itself. Everything in the universe is constantly forming and deforming, reshaping itself through energy. This whole thing's an energy game. But then she says something truly profound. Time gives us the illusion of existence. Without time, there's no before, no after, no growth, no decay. Just infinite movement. To make sense of that infinity, humanity invented measurements, seconds, minutes, years, not to understand time, but to contain it, because pure timelessness itself unfathomable to the human mind. So when Lucy says we've created a scale to grasp the incomprehensible, she really is pointing at this. We don't live in time, we actually live through time. And the moment you realize that, you stop chasing control and you start aligning with the flow of creation itself. So in order to change the game, again, you have to adapt the player. But in order to adapt the player, a breakthrough must occur. Follow if you want more breakdowns like this, movie scenes that actually teach higher levels of consciousness. And remember, live life inspired.
Those are real realities and realms you went to. But they lied and taught you that you were dreaming to keep you trapped in here to think this the only world is real. You go to other worlds, other realms every motherfucking night. Every fucking dream you ever had, that's not a dream. Those are other realities you went to. That's why they seem so real. And then, when you know them dreams where you still be here, you don't be dreaming. When you do that, you are now astral projecting into the future because what they call time here never existed.
You can choose to be a fool or to be wise. You can choose to be a god or to be a demon. See, demos simply means spirit. That doesn't mean good spirit or bad spirit. That means spirit. You choose to do what is right, or you choose to do what's wrong, but you're still demos either way. In other words, the demon is in the church doing right or wrong, but he in there both ways, you see. And as I had recall to do yesterday, you can't get away from the law of duality. That's why I drew the pyramid and put the G and the E on the left and the right, and the P on top. The GPE is a Masonic insignia of code. See, the Great Pyramid of Egypt. But the esoteric of it, of course, is G is good, E is evil, and P is perfect. If you want to get out of the law of duality, because you can't destroy it, it ain't going nowhere. In other words, Jesus and his brother, Seth, Seth, Satan, Horus and Seth, in esoteric are not essentially about good and evil, but the law of duality. You see, that there's a glyph of one kinetic body and two heads on the same damn body. One is Horus, the other is Seth. You understand? And Jesus is recorded as telling Satan, he didn't say, go away and never come back again. Get thee behind me. You see? And if the good Lord, the good law, guides the negative Lord and the negative law, then right will get done.
Right here, this, whatever this is, this right here, we think it's air. But I realize that if I stop, close my nose and mouth for 4 minutes, if I'm separated from this substance for 4 minutes, my heart don't stop, my brain don't even stop, my body functions don't stop. The first thing I lose is consciousness. I pass out. I can no longer stay aware. So I started to say, well, wait a minute. I'm not just breathing in air. I'm breathing in consciousness. I'm inhaling and exhaling God itself. And this air is conscious.
How can a person control their mind?
Good. Glad you asked. Right? So the mind works like this. It repeats shit over and over. You can't control it. Sit around and wonder why thoughts keep popping up. The only way to control that, you gotta, what Jesus said, get your armor of the Lord, right? I'm gonna tell you what he mean by that. You gotta sit falling in the house now. That's how you know I'm talking. But look, this is how you gotta do. So you gotta have a plan. So You gotta tame your body and your mind first. So first thing you gotta do, you gotta wake up every day at the same time. You gotta try exercising your body. To tell your body, look, you work for me. So you exercise. Make it move, even when I don't want to move. And then you make your mind read for 10 to 15 minutes, even though it don't want to read, it hate to read. And then you make it remember. And you close your eyes, you accept all the pain, and you cry. And then you tell it to blank out. And then you let it blank out. If you do that every day, the same problem from yesterday won't come back tomorrow. Because you got to wipe yourself. You know how you computer? We live in a simulation. So you know how the computer, you got to delete everything and wipe all the files. If you don't, it'll start running slow. Your phone and shit start running slow with all the backed up files in it.
Yes.
That's how your mind is. It's the same way. So you got to clear it. You got to delete shit. You got to remove shit. Or you going to start getting real old and slow. Like my iPhone 7.
Right.
But it's still good.